And welcome to historic Dodger Town here in Vero Beach, Florida, as we get set for the first ever Your Call football game between Power and Grit. This is the last chance to accept leagues. The game is about to start, so get your phone ready, get your tablet ready, get your computer ready. We're all set for some football here tonight from Vero Beach, Florida. We have a couple of big names as coaches. Merrill Hodge is the head coach for the Power team. A former running back in the NFL. Now he's leading the way. And for the other team, it is the former NFL head coach, former head coach at Texas A&M, Mike Sherman, who is in charge of Grit. And we now welcome you to the broadcast booth, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Justin Kutcher alongside Jabari Greer, and we've got Jen Hale down on the sidelines. Jabari, this is a first. Your Call football. People play Madden, and they think they're great. Well, this is Madden meeting real life.
So this is, we have a front row seat to something that's never been done before, a brand new type of football where you, the fans, get to dictate what play they run. Listen, I've heard it all before. Why did the coach call that play? Now you get a chance to be the coach. No more excuses. Choose your play wisely.
Yeah, choose your play wisely because Jabari might make fun of you if it's the wrong play. There are different ways to score. We'll talk about that throughout the entire broadcast. But as far as the excitement level here tonight, let's go down on the field and check in with Jen Hale, who's with our two head coaches.
Thanks, Justin. Indeed, we're going to see some top-tier talent tonight. And speaking of that, Merrill Hodge has done it all at the highest levels, from the playing field to the broadcast booth. Coach, what intrigues you most about this concept of Your Call football?
Well, the goal is to play great football, and that was the thing that really moved me the most. And these guys have done a good job of preparing to play good football.
Mike Sherman, along that note, you have spent so much of your life evaluating talent. You're one of the best in the business. What type of caliber football can we expect to see tonight?
There's a lot of talented young men out here. I think they have an opportunity to maybe make an NFL camp in the preseason and obviously try to hang on. But there is a lot of talent out here. We're looking forward to seeing it at its best tonight and hopefully in the next couple of weeks as we continue to play games on Thursday night.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Best of luck tonight. Justin, sounds like we're in for a treat.
Should be a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Jen. One of the players that we'll be looking out for, Jabari, is a guy that you know very well in Robert Meacham.
Robert Meacham's a great guy. I've been playing with him since he was at the University of Tennessee and with the New Orleans Saints. He's a guy that has what we call deep ball speed. He will take the ball. He would take the route up the field and beat any corner. Now we have Kendall Lawrence. He's a guy which Merrill Hodge lit up when he started talking about Kendall Lawrence. He's a guy that can get in and out. He's a mismatch for a receiver and defensive and as a defensive back. He's a guy that can play multiple positions.
Well, Power won the toss. They will play offense first. There are no kickoffs here in Your Call football. So that means that the team will start at the 35-yard line. So if you're joining us right now, you've been on the app, you know what's going on, we'll just run down a couple of rules for you. On each down, you will get 3 plays to choose from. Whatever the majority picks is the play the team has to run. And you get points if that play is successful. If you pick against the majority.
Against the grain,
and the play goes for 1 yard or less, you get points for that. And, oh, by the way, the coaches will also have a decision. They will pick a play that they wanted to run. If you pick the same play that the coach runs, you get points.
So there's multiple ways to score. You don't need to just be with the majority. If you go against the grain, you have a great opportunity to rack up points towards the end of the game.
So again, Power is in blue, Grit is in red, and what we should tell you is this is an exhibition game, right? Here we are in Dodger Town, which used to be the home for spring training for the LA Dodgers. It's almost like a quote-unquote spring training game. The quarterbacks cannot get hit here tonight. And the quarterback starting for Power is Brian Bennett. Bennett out of Encino, California. He signed briefly with the Colts last year. He's been on practice squads in the Canadian Football League.
And Justin, the way that the coach spoke about Brian Bennett was he was alarming. It was a guy that as long as he can get streaky, as long as he can set his feet, Merrill Hodge said he can be a dynamic quarterback. So let's see which Brian Bennett we're going to get today.
And we'll wait to see which play the fans have selected. Again, the play clock is a 45-second play clock. You get 10 seconds to make the call. The clock right now is down to 1, and the play is in. So now that play will be relayed to Brian Bennett, and Bennett and his team have to go along and make the play. A first of its kind. Divine Redding in the backfield here with Bennett on 1st and 10. Kendall Lawrence in motion, and the play, it's a keeper by the quarterback. But the quarterback got hit in the backfield for a loss of 2.
So what it seems like they're trying to do is get their quarterback nice and comfortable in the pocket, get Brian Bennett ready to throw the ball. I think that was a good call to get him ready for this game.
So again, because the quarterback can't get hit, it's almost like two-hand touch right there. He got touched, and so he is marked down. A look at the play calls on the app. Again, it goes with the majority. Right now the play clock's at 28 seconds, and that's about how long it takes for the play to come in. 2nd down and 12. Merrill Hodge is in charge of putting together a group of plays for which the fan can choose from. Empty backfield here on 2nd down and 12. Bennett takes the shot towards the sideline and completes the pass to Jordan Reed.
So Jordan Reed was another guy that Merrill Hodge spoke really highly about. We should see him. They want to get that quarterback nice and warmed up, and I think that having a security blanket like Jordan Reed will do a great job for him.
So after a pickup of 7 yards, it should be 3rd and 5. So again, Merrill Hodge looking at his play sheet right now. Again, don't forget, this is an exhibition game, a spring training game of sorts. So everyone gets the kinks out. We'll be all set to go next Thursday night for the opener. He does get hit as he crosses the 41, and he'll be shy of the 4th down.
The defense was in cover 3, and they actually had, it was penetration by Bradley. They had the receiver open up top, but he couldn't get ready, and
there would be no return on the punt. That's how it works here in your call football. Honestly, if I'm Merrill Hodge right now, I'm thinking punt. But again, you have to go with what the fans choose. And now relays it to Johnson. Johnson to pass on 1st down towards the sideline. Low throw, incomplete. Robert Meacham was the intended target.
And that was a great throw by Johnson. Low outside, put in the place where only Robert Meacham can get it. Unfortunately, they're trying to go to Meacham to get him acclimated, but he has to be able to catch that football. Great throw by Johnson, low and outside. Meacham has to catch that ball. He understands as an NFL player, that's his responsibility.
2nd down and 10. Obviously, great starting field position here for Team Grit. Can they take advantage? Can you at home make the right calls? Now, you might say, hey, I made the right call. They didn't complete the pass right there. He was open.
Here we go, man. Here we go. Good splits.
2nd down and 10. Johnson avoids the pressure, scrambles. Does he get rid of it in time? Apparently he does, and the pass is complete to KJ May.
This is a veteran quarterback stepping up in the pocket and getting happy feet. Jared Johnson, you see this guy, he gets in the pocket, he stands in the pocket, and he looks to get those receivers down deep.
So now it's 3rd down and 8. Again, if you're a coach right now, you put in 3 plays. You hope they choose the play that you want selected. But if not, you can't do anything about it. On 3rd and 8, Johnson throws incomplete off the hands of Meacham again. That's a 2nd drop ball by Robert Meacham on this drive.
And Robert Beecham he is the old hat on this football team. He is a guy that they need to produce to have success in this game. Two drop balls in the first series. That's not acceptable. But let's see if he can redeem himself and get something on his 4th down.
3 straight pass plays by the fans at home.
Well, we knew they were going to call a pass. It seems like fans don't like to run the ball. But in a game like this, you have to be able to establish some momentum.
How much of that is the fantasy football effect?
I think being displaced, actually not being a part of the game and just calling it as you think it should happen has drastic effects. You got to get your quarterback in a rhythm, got to get your team in a rhythm, and now they're not in rhythm.
So 4th and 8 here. Johnson able to throw down the near sideline, and that one is intercepted by Khalid Wooten.
See, as a defensive back, I love the way that Khalid Wooten never gave up on the football. Obviously, this is a guy that was beat a half step. Johnson did a great job of stepping up in the pocket, never giving up. He was beat, came up and made the interception. Never, ever give up on the play. Daniel Williams had him beat by 3 or 4 steps, Justin. But as a defensive back, when you can make that play, it gives a boost to your offense. Watch how this offense hits.
Now, here's one thing I'll say. That play call by the fans, I like. And the reason why, you get the interception, but look at where you are right now. You're at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, and actually,
I mean, that works as a punt, and you can't punt because you're beyond the 50.
And it was a really good play. And actually, if the quarterback would have put a little bit more on the ball, it would have been a touchdown.
It was a 37-yard, essentially change of field position on the interception right there. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 4 here for Power. And again, Merrill Hodge looking at his play sheet right now, figuring out what to do. Now, if you're the player at home, are you going pass or run?
I'm going run. I'm getting my offense out of this field position.
On 1st down, the toss to Divine Redding. Redding with a cutback, a good run here. Redding with a really nice move. Divine Redding across the 30-yard line up to the 31, picks up 27 yards on that 1st down, and that's a big play if you chose run at home.
Great call for the run. You got to be able to establish a routine, establish some type of momentum. Redding was a guy that Merrill Hodge thinks extremely highly of, kind of a scat back, a guy that can go between the tackles, that can go outside, and obviously he's a guy that you want to get the ball to. He's hot. Pick him again.
All right, you just heard it right there. Jabari says, stay with the hot hand, go back to Divine Redding. 1st and 10 from the 31. Divine Redding, the running back out of University of Indiana.
Now, he's matched up on a linebacker, man-to-man.
He goes in motion. The pass is complete this time to Evan Rodriguez.
That was just great pressure by Ashad Mabry. It was a great job of getting the quarterback uncomfortable, getting him out of the pocket, and that was just a great tackle by Pierre G. Tucker. He kept his eyes on the football, kept his eyes on his man, closed, and made sure they made nothing happen.
So that goes as a loss of 1 on the play despite the completion. So it's 2nd down and 11. The plays are in. And the majority goes to the halfback screen here on this one. Looking for Redding, and the ball comes loose, and it's recovered by one of the linemen. It's going to be the left tackle, Dominic Jackson, able to recover that in time. So that's going to be a loss of 16 on the play.
Great get off by Quentin Bradley. He's a guy that had an excellent camp so far. Got his hands up, got the ball. This is the kind of pressure that you want from your defensive ends. Being able to play defense like this is going to make it hard for the play callers at home.
So it's 3rd down and 27. What play do you run here?
So you want to get yourself out of position right now. Maybe the quick slants. They're expecting something deep. You hit them with a quick slant. Get one of those receivers, get them going, and then they might be able to break a big one.
Well, the fans have gone with the all-go.
Of course. Of course that's what the fans are going to do.
It is Madden in real life. Armstrong trying to draw them offside. And it's going to be a false start instead against Power. Divine Redding.
So no matter what you call at home, no matter what the coaches call.
False start. Offense number 80.
If you can't snap the ball on time.
Third down.
Ryan Timmons called for the penalty. Timmons moved. Divine Redding moved. It's one of those where they can say, yeah, whoever you want. So now it's 3rd down and 32. You're just trying to get a couple of yards here.
I'm thinking a screen on this one. You got to be able to hit your defense off balance, get them off balance, maybe get them back. They're going to be expecting something deep. They're going to be expecting a deep ball. Get them off balance. Get your running back involved a bit.
Because the play was a penalty, that play gets canceled. The fans revote. And with the revote, they're going with a short middle pass, just barely outvoting the all slant. Armstrong pressured up the middle. Armstrong trying to escape, looking for somebody. Throws across the field, and that one's picked off. Intercepted by Zach Edwards.
This is a great play by the defensive back. He read this the whole way. The quarterback rolled out, threw across his body, something that you never do. But unfortunately, he thought he saw something open through the football, and he said, happy birthday to me. That's what we call a birthday present where I'm from.
Well, what happens there is you always hear, don't throw across your body back over the middle. Bad things happen, right?
And that is as bad as it comes.
So we've already seen good starting field position for Team Grit. Now they have even better starting field position at the 19-yard line as Katie Humphreys is now in at quarterback here for Team Grit. Khalid Abdul in the backfield on 1st and 10. Humphreys to pass, going towards the end zone, puts it in the hands, and a touchdown. Carell Hamilton.
And Carell Hamilton was a guy that we talked about, Coach Sherman talked about earlier in the game, a guy that could get behind any defensive back out there. Only he had a problem on the line, but in space, he was one of the best receivers in camp. Hamilton is a guy that you want to get the ball to early and often.
What a nice pass by Katie Humphreys. And now in your call football, you have to go for a 2-point conversion. There are no field goals, so you have to go for a 2-point conversion here.
Be ready to pick that play.
4:42 to go here in this first quarter. 6-0 Team Grit on the board with that touchdown pass from Katie Humphreys to Carell Hamilton. Hamilton out of Sanford. That's Jen Hale that you hear in the background. Here on the 2-point conversion, Humphreys rolling out to his right, throws. And the 2-point conversion is good. Caught by Sebastian Smith in the end zone. 8-0 Team Grit leads.
Sebastian Smith did what we call a little pivot route. He got in, got his body close to the defensive back, gave a little push, just a little push, and then got out and caught the ball. Great play by Sebastian Smith.
So Carell Hamilton had the touchdown. He's with Jen Hale right now.
Indeed, Justin Carell, congratulations. Walk me through that play.
Oh, man, I just read the coverage. Definitely just hoping on my dog, KD. Hoping on my dog, KD, just put it up there for me, what she did, and I just had to make a play. Just be playmakers out here like everybody else out here. So.
The fans were the ones that chose that play. How would you evaluate their decision?
Oh, great job. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Justin?
Yeah, great job when you catch a touchdown. Not so great if it's not a touchdown.
Keep doing what you're doing. He wants to be fed that football. He's
that.
in the streak, yeah, and he's a guy that if I was picking, I would definitely give him the ball a little bit more.
So now 1st down from the 35 here for Team Power. Empty backfield. Bennett to throw towards the far sideline. Completes that pass to Gavin Lutman.
See, Lutman had an easy catch. The defensive backs were in this bail technique. They gave up 4 or 5 yards. So if you got an easy 4 or 5 points right there, it was one of those things that as a cornerback, Brian McClain, you have to be able to smother your receiver. You can't let them get that many yards on that opening play.
They picked up 8, sets up 2nd and 2, which really opens up the playbook for Merrill Hodge and the fans at home. They're going with the inside gap, and that's also the play that Merrill Hodge wanted. So you can pick up almost double points here. And there is the handoff. And a good job by the defense of Team Grit. Divine Redding gets stopped. It'll be 3rd down and 2, no gain on the play.
Yeah, that was a great play by the defensive tackle. Penetration by Patai
Ali.
Patai Ali. Yes, you know what? We're going to get it. We're working out the kinks as well. But he's a guy that's been dominating the inside all camp. And if I was a running back, I would be wary of going in the middle with A.J. in there.
6'3", 311 pounds, A.J. Patai Ali. So 3rd and 2. Fake the handoff, kept by Bennett, and Bennett will get the 1st down as he gets chased out of bounds. They're going to mark him out at the 49-yard line.
Hey, Justin, that was impressive. That was a great play call by the fans. Way to create some misdirection, have the defense go on one side, reverse out the other side with the quarterback. I think that if you keep on calling plays like this, misdirection, get the defense guessing, you will be successful in your call football.
1st down and 10 from the 49-yard line. With 3:08 to go here in this 1st quarter, Grit leading Power 8-0. And a play that's called by the fans is also the coach's pick for Merrill Hodge.
3-by-1 verticals. We look like pressed man-to-man. Let's see what's going to happen in the slot.
Bennett taking that shot down the field, and his receiver just cut off the route. That was Jordan Vaden, the intended receiver.
They went with the slot. I think the receiver might have ran the wrong play given the coverage, but he was wide open. It would have been a great, great play.
So it's 2nd down and 10 now. How different must this be for the players on the field to have to wait this long to get the play in? I mean, it's still pretty quick. It's 10 seconds. But sometimes in today's game, you're so used to going so fast.
Yeah, you are. But for football players, it is strictly football. You're playing, you cover one, you're doing seams, you're doing the same thing. But just having to wait another 5 seconds isn't something that's going to take you away from your game. These guys are ready to play football.
Gavin Lutman with the catch. A 6-yard completion. 3rd and 4 now coming up.
And keep in mind, Gavin Lutman, they went to him a couple of times with this hitch route, and he has reliable hands. This is a 3rd and short. You might want to look at, had a little face mask right here, but he's a guy, that's a tough one, but he's a guy with reliable hands. You might want to think about going to Gavin Lutman again on this 3rd and short.
It's 3rd and 4. Yalwyn Smallwood got away with the face mask on that play as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. 3rd and 4. Lutman lines up on the far side.
Smash concept. One-on-one with the slot right here.
Pressure coming up the middle. Good job avoiding it down the sideline. It's incomplete. Looking for Jordan Vaden. On the coverage was Leroy Alexander.
And that was a good call by the fans. It was just good coverage by Leroy Alexander. You press him to the sideline, perfect technique. You want to hug that receiver down the sideline. It was a great effort by the receiver to try to go up, but that was just great one-on-one coverage.
And it's interesting because you say that was a good decision, right? Well, because here's the situation. Your call football, if you're beyond the 50-yard line, you cannot punt. So this is almost 2-down territory, right? At 3rd and 4, you take a chance. Now you have 4th and 4, and you're trying to get the 1st down.
It is, and Merrill Hodge said it today in our production meeting. We're going to see more 4th down attempts than most teams in the NFL has ever seen in an entire season. This is 4th down territory. You're going to go for it, and you want to be able to create points in many different aspects.
Well, the majority is going against Merrill Hodges' pick here on 4th down. Bennett with plenty of time, throwing deep across the middle, incomplete.
And this is what Merrill Hodge talked about. When Bennett sets his feet, he's an accurate and aggressive quarterback. When he's on his back foot, when he's not setting his feet, he's overthrowing his receivers. He's not giving his team a great position, and that was a play in which he did not set his feet and overthrew the receiver.
So a turnover on downs. It'll be Grit ball at the 45.
Bennett gets back, doesn't set his feet, really gets open and overthrows his receiver. As a quarterback leading your team, you got to be able to get comfortable. We're already in the first quarter. We only got a minute and something left. You should be ready to play and ready to set your feet and get that ball on the money.
3 seconds to get your play in. Gerard Johnson. He gets the play relayed to him. And what's great about this game is that if you're playing with your buddies, your family, your friends, you can talk trash about this.
Yeah, you definitely can. So the fans voted inside gap strong. This looks like a cover 3 they're in right now. This actually might be a good, actually it's a man-to-man.
Johnson rolling out, throwing on the run, incomplete, throws it away.
So they had a little misdirection. They wanted to get the inside slot in a bit to create some leverage for the receiver. We had penetration by Simmons, but they wanted to get Abdullah outside to be able to create some movement. Couldn't do that, waited a little bit too long to throw that football, but that was a great call and a great way to get the defense off his direction.
I think you're too kind to the fans.
Well, you know, I have to be. You know, I'm introducing myself. We're all introducing ourselves.
Coach wants a smash. The fans selected a smash. Empty backfield on 2nd down and 10. Johnson, quick pass near side, complete to Daniel Williams. Williams slips 1 tackle, and he's going to be marked out of bounds at the 48-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, 3rd and 3 coming up.
It was a missed tackle by Travis Lee. But, Justin, this is what we've seen. We've seen these hitches, these curls, these intermediate balls be completed on both teams. You know, Lutman on the other team, he's already caught 2. We see the receiver just catch that one right now. If I was calling plays, I would stick with
Start
the hot
game
hand.
clock.
So here's again the situation we just saw Team Power in. When they were facing a 3rd and short, they were 3rd and 4, they went with a go route.
Yeah.
Now you've got 3rd and 3, and you've got the option right now. It's 2-down territory. You're beyond midfield. Johnson rolling out to his right again, throws, and that ball is incomplete, unable to hang on. Juggling was Robert Meacham, says the official. We'll have to take a look. What do you think?
He was juggling the ball, but this goes back to offensive philosophy. You got 3rd down. You just need to get the 1st down. The intermediate routes are working. You've already passed the ball 9 times. You haven't run it 1 bit. We have to be able to get the defense guessing. Listen, fans. Call this.
Where's the balance? Where's the balance, Jabari?
You got to balance it up. The defense knows what to expect. They're going to play man-to-man. They're going to lock the receivers down. You have to throw them off balance.
Don't forget, running backs can get you fantasy points too. 4th down and 3. Johnson throws, and that ball is complete to Levance Taylor on the crossing route. Picks up 9 and gets the 1st down.
Great call by the fans. The crossing route is essentially nothing but a running play as well, especially in man-to-man defense, which the Power has been in the last couple plays. When you have an option to run those crossing routes, they will get you the yardage you need.
Again, so the reason why there's a 45-second play clock is that the head coach has to decide which 3 plays he's going to put in to give the fans the choice to choose from. Then there's 10 seconds for the fans to choose the play they want. And then that play has to get relayed to the quarterback, and they have to go ahead and run it.
Okay, we're going to look at the stutter, the double move right here. This is
The pass is complete to Daniel Williams.
So he decided to go to Daniel Williams on the quick game. Once again, being able to establish some momentum. These quick game routes are getting you points, are putting the offense in great position. I don't believe they dropped one, Justin, yet.
This is the end of the
That is
first quarter.
the end of the first quarter. 8-0, Team Grit leading Team Power. And the touchdown was a pass from Katie Humphreys to Carell Hamilton, a 19-yard completion. 8-0, Team Power trailing Team Grit here on Your Call Football.
Users learn what matters most to them. We'll prototype, test, prototype again, design it, refine it, and develop it. Let Cantina help you design and build your next digital product or service. Learn more at cantina.co.
8-0, that's the score as Team Grit leads Power. Your Call Football would like to thank Adidas for helping outfit our players, coaches, staff, and yes, even us, your humble broadcasters. Adidas, here to create. 12-minute quarters here in Your Call Football. You also have a chance to answer some trivia. Who is the youngest quarterback at just 23 to start and win a Super Bowl? Was it Brady, Roethlisberger, or Namath? You know, I don't know. I'm trying to think. 23 years old. I'm going to go Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady's always an easy pick. You know, if I'm going to go against the grain, I'm going to go Joe Namath. We don't know too much
And
about
Super Bowl III, guarantee. At 23, going to guarantee.
I'm going to guarantee it.
Huh. 2nd down and 6 coming up for Team Grit. Another Your Call Football. Who is the mastermind of the 46 defense? Well, Bill Garrity, our spotter, didn't even give us a chance to name the options. He just goes, Buddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan, yes, of course.
And, of course, it's Fido over here who loves the Eagles. Knows about Buddy Ryan and the Eagles. The options were Ditka and Belichick as well as Buddy Ryan, but Buddy Ryan was the correct answer. A no-brainer. Justin Kutcher, Jabari Greer, and Jen Hale here with you on Your Call Football from historic Dodgertown in Vero Beach, Florida. Don't forget, this is just a scrimmage, so the quarterbacks cannot get hit. Real play, official play starts next Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have it for the next 3 Thursdays, May 3rd, May 10th, and May 17th. Gerard Johnson still in there at quarterback. On 2nd and 6, the pass is complete to Andrew Opoku. Opoku played his college ball at Delaware, and he comes up hobbling. You don't want to see that.
No, you never do. You know, injuries are a part of the game. But that was a great tackle by Aaron Taylor. He came in close from that safety position. That's how you want your defense to be able to wrap up and take the ball carrier to the ground.
So 3rd and 5 now coming up. Again, it's really 2-down territory as you're beyond that 50-yard line. Don't think you're going to kick a field goal right now. You've got a tie in the fan vote here on 3rd and 5. Pressure coming. Johnson stepping up. Ball is deflected, incomplete, intended for KJ May. It was tipped around the line of scrimmage.
So it was deflected, but this is what you want when you call the play. You had the receiver cross over the middle. It got deflected by Roderick Henderson, but he was wide open, just a little bit higher to KJ May. He's a guy that has created rapport with the quarterback. KJ May, they speak very highly of his route running ability and his way to really create something for the offense.
Well, this is the 8th play of the drive coming up. I know it might come as a surprise. All 8 plays have been passes.
Really?
Yeah, shocking.
Oh.
4th and 5. I'm guessing this will be a pass.
This might be a pass.
Johnson. And he gets sacked. A nice job by the defense, Torrey Dale.
And you got to love that dance. So this is what you want as a play caller. 4th and 5. This is one thing that I always look for on defense. Quick game. something that can get the ball in and out of your quarterback's hands. You do not want to hold the ball on such a dramatic and such a special fourth down play. Get the ball out of your quarterback's hands.
Well, a different quarterback is now in here in the second quarter for Team Power, and that is Tommy Armstrong. Played his college ball at Nebraska.
And you got to keep in mind, a lot of these guys played football on some of the biggest stages. Nebraska, Tennessee, Michigan. They know how to play football. A lot.
Timeout, timeout. Why was Tennessee mentioned there?
You got to keep in mind, to play in front of 108,000 people, these people understand, these players understand big-time football. We're not talking about.
Oh, I see how it is. Yep.
Yeah, these guys.
What was your alma mater?
Tennessee.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Big Orange.
On first down, nope, not a handoff, kept by Armstrong. And Armstrong, they're going to mark him down at the 44-yard line, picks up 7 yards.
But that's a great play. That's a great way to get your quarterback in, get him used to the routine, get him a little, get him hit once in a while, and allow him to be able to create some momentum right now.
Yeah, it's really great when he doesn't get hit.
Exactly. With no expectation.
Hey, I'm wearing the blue jersey. You can't touch me. That's when you start talking a lot of trash. Second down and 3 coming up. Divine Redding in the backfield. They'll hand off to Redding, and Redding gets hit at the line of scrimmage. Randy Allen with the tackle.
That was a great play by Randy Allen. Shoot the gap. Great tackle. Way to wrap up his arms. Divine Redding's a dangerous running back. We saw what he can do in the open field. If you have a running back like that, you want to make sure that you get him down by any means necessary.
So now 3rd and 3 coming up here for Team Power, trying to get something going offensively. The majority went against Merrill Hodges' pick here on 3rd and 3.
Watch this comeback on the bottom. KJ May, press coverage.
Armstrong, low throw, incomplete for Chuck Jacobs. There on the coverage was Leroy Alexander.
Great coverage by Leroy Alexander. Maybe just out of the range of the receiver.
They have the option of punting right now. Would you punt? I would.
Would you?
Yeah, you got to change field position.
Yeah, but you also want to get your quarterback. You want to get him some. You want to get him in routine, get him some reps. So I think that right now, with the way that they are, 4th and 3, 4th and 4, get the guy some.
You just saw Merrill Hodge gave that nod like, oh, okay. So they're going to go with a shallow cross instead. That's what Merrill was picking too. So he's impressed right now. The fans are thinking along with him. Me, on the other hand, I'm trying to play it conservatively. Armstrong stepping up, throws, and it's incomplete. Dropped by Chuck Jacobs. He was open, and he had the first down. That's all you can do right there.
Justin, plays like that infuriate a coach, and now infuriate the fans, because you've picked the perfect play to put your team in position to get the first down and put points into your pocket, but the receiver drops the football. Now what do you do as a fan? You got to come back and call another play when you have the opportunity to put your team in position.
So now it's 1st and 10 from the 44 of Power. Katie Humphreys is in at quarterback. He's the one who threw the touchdown earlier to Carell Hamilton. You can see him looking over to the sideline, waiting for that play to come in.
And it's amazing how some of these receivers and quarterbacks and just teammates in general have developed a rapport. You hear how Kirill Hamilton talked about KD, how he had to make sure that he was catch that ball for his guy. This is a family, and no matter if they're here for a week or 2 weeks, they started to establish a lot of bonds. They care about each other.
Guess what? We've got a run. It's Bernard Pierce. Excuse me, it's Khalid Abdullah with the run. And that's the first run of the game for Team Grit. So all of a sudden the fans at home are going, you know what, we need some balance. It can't all be pass plays.
And Khalid Abdullah, he looked as if he wanted that ball more than anything. First run, call my number, coach. It's going to take 10 people to tackle me, man. He had those feet going. And I think if you get him the ball, maybe split him out wide, allow him to get on one of those cornerbacks, you might actually make you some points on this next play.
Well, it's 2nd down and 9. Abdullah is still in. A huge majority vote on this one, along with Mike Sherman. Pressure coming off the edge. Humphreys steps up, trying to avoid it. He's going to get sacked, loses the football, and that they're going to rule as a fumble. Recovered by Errol Clark. Willie Mays is the one who forced the fumble, and that's one of those.
The field is a fumble recovered by the defense, 1st down.
That's one of those difficult ones, right? Because it's really two-hand touch. So at that point, as we take a look, does he just let go? No, he had that ball down there.
Not at all. That was a great play by Willie Mays. And Willie Mays was a guy that both coaches, Merrill Hodge and Mike Sherman, said was probably Willie Mays III was going to be the best defensive edge pressure on both teams. He's a guy that's dynamic off the edge, and when you see plays like this, you understand why. Got off the edge, made sure that not only did he get the sack, but he got the strip sack, almost got the trifecta. Willie Mays is a guy, if you're calling plays for the offense, you want to be aware of.
I think it's fitting that here in Dodgertown, it's Willie Mays to make a play. A former, obviously the Hall of Famer in baseball. This is now the 5th drive of the game for Team Power. Brian Bennett back in at quarterback. On 1st down, low throw, incomplete for Divine Redding. Just 2 first downs so far for Team Power.
So we see him, Brian Bennett, he's having an issue throwing the football. First he threw over the receiver's head, then he threw to the ground. You want to make sure that you call a play that gets this quarterback into rhythm. He's not in rhythm right now. We need you, the fans, to help this quarterback out. He needs to be able to create some type of rhythm so he can help his team out.
This would be considered maybe the OS package for Merrill Hodge.
OS. Make sure they do something. Get this guy in a rhythm, man. His heart's still beating strongly. Quick game. Hand the ball off. Get him comfortable.
Looking at a read option here on 2nd down and 10. Instead, we've got flags and a false start.
False start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty. It's 2nd down.
That's against Nalu Fusim Aluhi. And now because of that penalty, the fans will vote again as they back the play up 5 yards, 2nd down and 15. By the way, from now on, we're just going to call him Nalu.
There we go. That was a majority decision.
Yes, absolutely. The majority is choosing a crossing route here. Empty backfield here on 2nd down and 15 with Power trailing 8-0. Pressure up the middle. Trying to escape it is Bennett, and he does as he's able to bring the ball up to the 36-yard line. He scrambles for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
So now you got 3rd down and long. You got a quarterback that is skittish in the pocket. You have receivers who haven't been able to establish some rhythm. What do you call? You got the 3-1, and I think if you want to get the quarterback into some type of rhythm, you want to get the ball and score some points, you might want to look at that 3-1.
On 3rd and 9 from their own 36. The majority goes with not the 3-1.
Not the 3-1. That was a coach's pick, though.
Bennett taking the shot down the field, down the sideline, incomplete. Ryan Timmons, the intended receiver. Okay, I'm going to ask this question again. Do you now punt On 4th and 9?
Yeah, you gotta punt right now.
Okay.
Bennett isn't in routine. He's not in routine. That was a good throw, but you gotta punt. Give your team some field position.
All right. Let's see what the fans decide to do, if they're going to listen to us or not. And guess what?
Oh,
hey,
there we go.
they punted.
Great job.
The ball will be placed at the opposing 40-yard line. 1st and 10.
You got to get your team some field position.
Let's check in with Jen Hale on an injury update.
Justin, I'm standing next to Grit tight end Andrew Opoku, and it's his left ankle and shin that are bothering him. He's been on the training table. He wants to go back in, but he's worried about possibly hurting himself worse and not being able to play next week. So should this be a championship game? Yeah, perhaps he might risk taping it up and going back in. But since this is a scrimmage at the moment right now, he's feeling like he's going to play it safe rather than sorry and rest up until next week.
Yeah, I think that's a wise decision by Opoku. This is the injury that took place earlier. And you can see that ankle get rolled up on.
You see the left ankle. And the truth is that you have to be able to protect yourself right now, understanding that you can get in the training room, get iced up, and get ready for the real thing.
Gerard Johnson, they fake the jet sweep. Johnson rolling out to his right, throws incomplete. The intended receiver was Robert Meacham.
Great coverage by the corner, C.J. Moore. C.J. Moore is somebody that both coaches talk highly about. Receivers during practice very rarely caught the ball on him. They say he's long, he's lengthy. He should be in an NFL training camp this time next year or during next year's season. This is a guy that when he plays press man-to-man coverage, receivers very rarely catch the ball on him.
2nd down and 10. The fans vote for a read screen against the coach's pick. Levance Taylor goes in motion. They swing it out to him. Taylor gets tackled after a pickup of 4 yards. Aaron Taylor on the tackle.
We've actually called Aaron Taylor's name a couple of times. Being able to be a defensive back and be a sure tackler is something that doesn't go unnoticed. As long as these defensive backs can continue to make sure everything is in front of them, they're going to make your job as a play caller harder and harder to do because they're not getting bit deep, and they're going to tackle everything in front of them. Great job of these DBs early in this game.
Well, right now you've got a 3rd and 6. If they can make a stop here, maybe all of a sudden that punt's really paid off. Just saying. Johnson, the quick out to the near sideline, completes the pass to Meacham. That's the first catch of the day for Meacham. And Meacham will get up to the 31, get 3 yards there.
Another tackle by Taylor. This is on Robert Meacham. Robert Meacham knows as a professional you have to be able to get beyond the first down marker. And then when you run in a comeback like the route he did, you got to be able to catch the ball at the first down marker. He caught the ball, danced a little bit, took himself outside of first down territory. Now they're in 4th down, put his team in bad position. He's a better player than them.
And let's see, do the fans want to vote and punt or no? I would punt. Again, you're facing 4th and 3. Otherwise, you give Power great starting field position. But it's a 36% tie, and they're not going to punt.
Halfback cross. Abdul has been working the receivers.
Taking the shot well down the sideline, and that pass is broken up. No pass interference. It was Travis Lee there on the coverage.
And Justin, he had a step on the receiver, on the defensive back. Had a step out on the defensive back. Johnson just underthrew it just a little bit. But that was a good call by the fans. That was a good coverage by the defensive back. The quarterback just had to put the ball a little bit further.
36% of the fans wanted to punt. That 36% lost out. So really good starting field position now at the 31 for Power. Can they take advantage here with 4:52 to go here in this first half? So what happens is you might say, how come there was a punt there if we had a tie at 36%? Well, there's actually an extra decimal point, and they go to that next decimal point, and that's how you choose in a tie. Tommy Armstrong in at quarterback. Delayed handoff to Divine Redding, and Redding gets tripped up. He'll pick up 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Toby Jackson trips him up.
I like that play call. Running back draw to Divine Redding. You say that he's already been a playmaker right now. He had success last draw, 1st down, getting your offense established. He almost broke out. Get Divine Redding involved in this game. Toby Jackson caught him low, but Divine Redding looks like he is primed for a breakout play. You might want to ride the hot hand.
2nd down and 6 coming up. And the fans go with a halfback screen here. Redding lined up in the slot.
They're in zone cover 3.
Armstrong, incomplete to Redding. Was that just a misread by Armstrong?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was supposed to be a halfback screen. Might have been the wrong route by Redding. Let's see what kind of communication. I believe it was the wrong communication by Redding. He should have ran the screen. But now we're in 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6 here.
3rd down and 6. Let's see what they're going to call.
3rd and 6 from the 27-yard line.
Fans with the play action. Let's see if the defense is drawn up by the play action. They're man-to-man coverage.
Armstrong with some time, steps up over the middle, completes the pass.
Great catch by Jordan Vaden. Way to call the play. Isolated man-to-man on the defense.
It's a 14-yard completion to Vaden for the 1st down.
C.J. Robinson coverage. We call that route a bang 8. Great receive, great route, great catch, great call. This is what makes your call football great, right? When you are in a position right there where you don't know what's going to happen, your back's against the wall, and you, the fans, call the right play.
And not just that, it goes for 14 yards. So that's big points right there.
That's big points. Now let's make sure the fans don't get big-headed on this next play call.
Armstrong in some trouble, lost one towards the end zone. That's out of the end zone. The pressure applied by Jamari Ford.
I think that was a great play call. What you want to do is you want to make sure you get your defense off the point. A little misdirection right now. Obviously, the running back's been having a great series. So to be able to get that defense off point and be able to throw down the field, that's the kind of thought process that I think the coaches like, and the fans are going to do well by.
Merrill Hodge looking at his play sheet here on 2nd down and 10 from the 13-yard line. The majority agreed with Merrill Hodge. Armstrong. Pressure coming, and Armstrong gets sacked. So guess what? If you went against the grain, you just picked up some points. Trey Tiller with the sack, a loss of 10 on the play. So 3rd and 20 now coming up.
And so, Justin, what do you think on there? 3rd and 20, you want to make sure.
I think you want to make sure you keep yourself in field goal range.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So
get some points on the board before the half is over.
Fans vote spread. They want to see the isolation between the running back and the slot receiver and the slot corner.
Armstrong pressured again, able to spin away. Armstrong throws this one away. And there is a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against Team Power, but it looks like Team Grit's going to decline that, which
holding, offense, left tackle. The penalty is declined, 4th down.
If they decide to go for a field goal, it would be about a 40-41 yarder. Let's see. The kicker is Josh Gable. The fans, the vote is in. And it looks like they're setting up for a field goal. And that is what the fans want. It'll be a 40-yard attempt here by Josh Gable. And the kick is good from 40 yards for Gable.
The 40-yard field goal is good by Josh Gable.
So Power's on the board now with 3 points here before the half ends.
Justin, I'm so glad he made that field goal. If he missed that, we might never see another field goal on Your Call Football. Give the fans a little confidence in the kicker.
All right, you said you were happy. Josh Gable made it. Well, let's find out how happy he is as well. Jen?
Justin, Josh Gable is happy he made it, that's for sure. You have had a very small amount of time to practice with these guys. You just arrived a few days ago. How do you feel out there?
You know, I feel very natural. I have a very natural swing. I don't really need, too much of a warm-up, so kind of being thrown out there, I don't feel like it makes a difference, but, I always feel fine going out there. And, I made that one, so always confident.
Former soccer player, all that practice is paying off. Thanks so much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Justin.
Thanks, Jen. Katie Humphries on the run, incomplete, looking for Hamilton. And by the way, a former soccer player, Josh Gable, I think he's learning in football, you better take that helmet off to get some real face time.
Exactly. And I was kind of surprised by the amount of swag that he had. Hoop earring, like a kicker. Come on, man. I see you, brother.
The hair.
Yeah. Headband.
Stylish.
I'm telling you, man, kickers are making a comeback.
2nd down and 10 with 1:35 to go. 8-3 is the lead for Team Grit over Team Power. In case you're wondering, we have a 5-minute halftime here in Your Call Football. So you don't want to go anywhere. We come right back. We play some more football. That's what's great. And movement. Looks like they just drew a player offside. Free play. Katie Humphries down the field. And that's incomplete. Broken up by Khalid Wooten, intended for Michael Rector. But that was one of those plays where, hey, you just take that shot down the field.
And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure
offside
that if you get
defense,
the call,
number 92,
the penalty is against Roger Henderson.
Penalty,
if you get
replay,
that call,
2nd down.
throw the ball deep because you have nothing to lose. And they almost got it intercepted by because of great coverage by Wooten. But the truth is that as a cornerback, you got to make that play. You have nothing to lose.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, on that, you're the cornerback, you make the play. Doesn't matter. You can't celebrate it.
Not at all. Not at all. You walk back and with your head down, realizing that doesn't go on your stat sheet.
2nd down and 5 here from the 40 for Grit. Humphries, good pickup right there. And the pass, Levance Taylor. Levance Taylor is the one who bought Humphries some more time, picking up that end rusher. A 5-yard completion. It is a 1st down here for Team Grit.
And they wanted to go to Rector up top. Couldn't get off the pressure by Wooten. Great coverage. Press, man-to-man coverage by Wooten up top. Really forced that ball to go underneath by the quarterback.
Under a minute to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts per half. So if you want, Mike Sherman could call a timeout to stop the clock. Humphries steps up again, completes the pass to Hamilton. Hamilton gets hit right around the sideline by C.J. Moore. A pickup of 13, first down, out of bounds, stops the clock at 33 seconds.
And this is what we said before. This is just like a run play when you have crossers. Hamilton has been one of the go-to receivers. He's been a guy that's shown consistency, that's shown speed off the edge. Even though the fans aren't picking run plays, these crossers that are picking up big points and big yardage for their team.
Carell Hamilton had the touchdown, the lone touchdown in this game. Now that 13-yard completion. And it's 1st and 10 from the 42.
3-by-1 verticals. We got man-to-man. I want to see what happens in the slot.
Humphreys down the sideline. And that goes through the hands of Michael Rector. On the coverage was Khalid Wooten. But that's one of those where Michael Rector should pull it down.
If you show this replay, you see Carell Hamilton right here in the slot holding his head because he was wide open. I know that the quarterback tried to look him off, but Carell Hamilton was wide open in the slot. When you got the safety off to the far hash, far numbers, you have to throw the ball away from that deep safety. Carell Hamilton might have scored you some points on that one.
I know you're saying he was open, but Michael Rector, I mean, that was a beautiful pass for him. So now it's 2nd and 10 from the 42. Again, maybe just trying to get into field goal range. Humphreys has that ball deflected and now intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Moore after it looked like the arm got hit on Katie Humphreys when he threw that ball.
So that was a wobbly ball. But more than anything, in the defensive back room, when you get a ball that comes to you gifted, gift wrapped like that, you know what we say? Happy birthday to you. That was a birthday gift right there. Oh, my goodness. You love those type of interceptions.
So that's now a turnover here, and that's a costly turnover because they were in a position, if they pick up a few more yards, to be in field goal range. So instead now, Team Power takes over, trailing by 5 with 19 seconds to go and 2 timeouts remaining. Brian Bennett back in there at quarterback. Kendall Lawrence lined up in the slot. Bennett, the quick pass is complete. A 7-yard completion. And now a timeout is taken here by Team Power, one of the 2 timeouts, 11 seconds to go. It'll be
Timeout.
2nd down and 3.
Power, their first of the half, 30 seconds.
And Justin, that was a great play call. We talked about getting your quarterback into rhythm, right? We talked about maybe he wasn't getting his feet set. He wasn't getting out there and making the right type of throws. Now you have the quick throws. You have something that going into half, it gets your quarterback a little bit more confidence, so maybe he can come out and play a better second half.
With just 11 seconds to go, you got to think, you call a timeout, take a chance down the field, right?
You have to.
Maybe get a pass interference.
You have 2, possibly 2 plays. You got 2 plays to run. One has to be a shot down the field. Maybe this play right here. 3-by-1 vertical. Single high safety.
Bennett in some trouble, able to escape. Here's a flag thrown. The pass is incomplete for Gavin Lutman. But let's wait to see what this flag will be for. I believe you can hear the people on the field saying holding. It will be holding against Power.
Holding, offense number 60. 10-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
Francis Callan called for the hold. So now with 4 seconds to go, you just make sure you don't turn the ball over here.
Right. You want to make sure that you give your offense an opportunity to get into the locker room healthy. You don't want to do anything to create any type of negative momentum going into the locker room. Safe throws, safe runs, and regroup after halftime.
2nd and 13. 3 seconds and a sack as time expires. The sack by Quentin Bradley.
This is the end of the first half.
And that will end the first half, 8-3. Team Grit leading Team Power here at the half of this exhibition game. And Jabari, we've played now 2 quarters. What are your thoughts on what you've seen?
My thoughts are, when it comes to the Power, the quarterback has to be able to get comfortable. Bennett's been under duress all day. He's been running, he's been dipping, hasn't been able to be consistent with getting his feet set. So if they don't have any type of consistency from the quarterback position, the most important position in this game, on the team, they will have no opportunity to win this game. They have no opportunity to get deep balls. They have no opportunity to establish any type of momentum. Great job by the defense, but Bennett has to be able to get comfortable in the pocket.
All right, let's go in with Jen right now with Merrill Hodge and Brian Bennett.
Thanks, Justin. Well, Coach, your inaugural go-around, what do you think? How do you evaluate the job the fans are doing so far?
Actually, the fans are doing a good job. We're not doing a very good job. But the simple things, the things that we make better throws, catch the ball when it's there, offensive lines letting things leak through. So we got to do a better job.
What's your message to the team at halftime?
Just what I told you. Just do the things we can control. When the ball's in your hands, catch it, make better throws, and our offensive line's got to play better.
Brian, what would make you more comfortable out there, help you get in a rhythm? The only points on the board so far for your team come from your kicker.
Yeah, well, I mean, like Coach said, we just got to do the things that we can control. You know, we come out all week and we complete those passes that are open, and we just got to go out there and do that. So fans are doing a good job putting us in good situations, and like I said, we just got to finish the job.
Best of luck, guys. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Justin?
All right, thanks, Jen. Pretty cool. Both those guys giving credit to the fans at home. A look at the leaderboard. Remember, there are no prizes for this exhibition game. The prizes start next week. And by the way, over 3-week span, over $56,000 is on the line. But right now, J.C. Giraldi in the lead with 153.2 points. Guess what? There are a lot of points left here in this one, so don't go anywhere. But tonight's game is just a scrimmage, so there's no prizes for tonight. This is a practice round for you as well at home. Be sure to join us next Thursday, May 3rd at 8:30 p.m. And that's when you can compete for cash prizes and YCF coins. That's Your Call Football coins. And, of course, be sure to follow Your Call Football on social media to stay up to date on all the Your Call Football news on Facebook at Your Call Football. It's the same for Instagram at Your Call Football, and the Twitter handle is at Your Call FB. So check out social media for all the updated stuff here for Your Call Football. At the half, it's 8-3 Grit over Power.
The goal that was going to sit at the very top of that wall was going to be, I will play in the National Football League. And I wrote it out just like that. I had some time, so I started thinking, my favorite team was the Pittsburgh Steelers. I cut a picture of the Pittsburgh Steelers out. My favorite player was Walter Payton. I found a picture of him. I cut that out. I haven't cut a symbol of the National Football League out. And I was going to decorate that goal. And there it is. There's this chair rail, and there's 3 panels of cork. Now, it's not an entire wall, but it's half of a wall. Better than a cork board, not an entire wall, but it was good enough. Well, I hopped up on that bed, and I pinned up, I will play in the National Football League. I pinned up a picture of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Walter Payton, and a symbol of the National Football League. Now, here is where my first moment of truth happened. And the one great thing about being able to share this message, I can always go back to that exact moment. I can almost draw upon those exact feelings I had at that moment.
Bring your digital product or innovative idea to Cantina. We'll do research, interview your users, learn what matters most to them, visualize it, prototype it, test it, prototype again, design it, refine it, and develop it. Delivering a product your customers want and love. Let Cantina help you design and build your next digital product or service. Learn more at cantina.co.
Back here in Dodgertown, 8-3. It is Grit over Power here at the half. And let's go down to Jen Hale, who's joined by a very special guest.
A very special guest indeed, Justin. Julie Maringer, president of Your Call Football. Julie, for folks who don't know, this has been in the works for 4 to 5 years. So much work has gone into developing the technology and bringing it all to fruition. What's it like finally now seeing it play out?
It is absolutely astonishing. It's a little surreal. I mean, we literally brought together football, gaming, fantasy. We brought the broadcast team with the football players. I've got 10 people sitting in a tech booth behind the trees over here, so it is absolutely rewarding and fascinating and surreal. It's great.
It's addictive for me. I keep having to reminding myself to look away from my phone and the play selection and actually watch the game. What was the inspiration? What gave y'all the idea to start this?
Yeah, this inspiration is over 15 years in the making. A man I worked for, George Colony, had the idea to bring Madden football to real life. He had 4 simple words: fans call the plays. That was it. And he's a dreamer, I'm a doer. He said, can you make it work? And I assembled an unbelievable group of people, and it's working.
And you're getting some pretty good feedback from your personal fan base, from what I understand.
Yeah, so I'll do a quick shout out. I know the Carnegie Mellon football team is all together voting. Totally appreciate it. Thank you. And I know everyone back in Boston, particularly all the people in Belmont and Newton, so we appreciate it. But people everywhere, fans everywhere. This is our scrimmage, hashtag YCF Scrimmage. We go live, as you know. Next week, May 3rd, 10th, and 17th, we're live for real games, for real scoring and cash prizes, so we're just thrilled.
It's awesome. We love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you being here, and this is great. Thank you all. Thank you.
Justin.
Jen, thank you very much. And now it makes sense, right? Justin Kutcher alongside Jabari Greer. The play calling is good because the football team from Carnegie Mellon is helping out call the plays. I mean, Carnegie Mellon's one of the best institutions in the country.
They are. I just didn't know they played football there, but obviously they know how to call some plays because they put their players in a great position.
All right, so as far as that first half is concerned, we just heard from Julie about what she thought with the fans calling the plays. We heard Merrill Hodge say he thinks that the fans are doing a really good job putting his players in a chance to succeed, but it's the players who are at fault. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that they have something there. Obviously, we saw Bennett as a quarterback not being able to get his feet set and miss a couple of key throws to his running back and receiver. A great interception by C.J. Moore on the defense by the defense side, but a great touchdown that we saw by Hamilton be able to go out there and make a play for his team. When the fans can call, here's the touchdown right here. But when the fans can hit their team in the right position to make a play right there, it's that much more satisfying, Justin. We're not just watching television and seeing the coach call the plays and commenting. The fans are in control of everything they see on the field, and it just makes you that much more invested in the outcome of the game.
Yeah, and we saw the two-point conversion right there. That's one of the aspects of Your Call Football is there are no extra points. You have to go for a 2-point, which obviously allows the fans to have some more options and also for the coaches to come up with a different group of plays for you to choose from. It's fun.
Yeah, so, I mean, we all like action as well, and they took the PAT out, so to have the 2-point conversion, you never know what's going to happen. You always have to be ready for any opportunity at the very end of the game and the very end of the series.
And what's also awesome about Your Call Football is halftime is just 5 minutes long. So we are back at it here, and it will be Team Grit to start with the ball at their own 35-yard line. Again, there are no kickoffs in Your Call Football. You start at the 35-yard line. There are punts, but there are no returns. So what that allows these coaches to do during their training camp is not worry so much about special teams, but focus on getting your team ready to play a game as far as offense is concerned, as far as some defense is concerned, not the special teams.
And James, and Justin, that's critical. The amount of time that special teams eats up during a practice is a quarter or a third of a practice. So to be able to have that time to acknowledge and address the issues on offense and defense makes you that much more on point, that much more. You're clicking on all cylinders when you get down to the scrimmages and the actual game.
The play is in, the first play of this second half, and a fumble on the exchange. It's covered up by Gerard Johnson.
Fumble on the play.
Great play by Willie Mays off the edge. This is a guy that we've already called before. We're going to continue to call because he is what we call wrecking havoc off the edge right there. Willie Mays, the best name in your call football already. He's already having the best game.
So a miss play on the first play of this second half. It's 2nd down and 17 now. Willie Mays. I mean, how do I not say Willie Mays Hayes? You may run like Mays, but you, well, I won't finish that. Because obviously he can hit. 2nd down and 17 here for Gerard Johnson at quarterback for Team Grit. It's got to be cool for Gerard Johnson to be playing for his college coach once again. And now a timeout is going to be burned here by Team Grit, one of their 2 timeouts.
Timeout. Team Grit, their first of the half. It will be 30 seconds.
So while we have the time, I want to let you know that Your Call Football's innovative tech platform was built by Cantina, a leading digital design and development agency. As Your Call Football's innovation partner, Cantina has created a cutting-edge mobile experience for you, the play-calling fans that make Your Call Football special. The first of its kind. That's right, Your Call Football, Madden brought to real life. And 2nd down and 17, Gerard Johnson's thinking, all right, what do the fans have in store for me? Let's see what Mike Sherman gives to the fans. What do the fans choose? 2 seconds remaining. All right, Gerard Johnson will get the play call here in just a second as the play clock is down to 26 seconds. It's rare to actually see a huddle in football today. Well, the fans agree with Coach Sherman here on this one. The hard count, and the hard count caused a false start.
False start. Offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And this is the 3rd false start we've seen. We understand that they're working out some kinks. We understand that this is a new opportunity for them to play football. But this is something that you cannot have. Pre-snap penalties automatically hurt your momentum. It hurt your team, and now it's hurting the fans. They're calling good plays. You can't do this.
And on top of all that, I mean, it was already 2nd down and 17. Now you're looking at 2nd down and 22.
So usually on this play, it's a running screen, draw, something to get your running back involved. Maybe get your team into momentum. The fans all slant. Good position. Good play.
Johnson. The pass is dropped by Robert Meacham. By my calculation, that's at least 3 drop balls by Meacham in this game.
That's Robert Meacham's 3rd drop ball. We talked about him as one of my breakout players. But to be that guy, to be the guy that Robert Meacham is, that Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl winner, starter in the NFL, you have to be able to catch the football. He is not at his best right now, but let's see as a competitor if he can resurrect, if he can get something going.
I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say if they don't get 15 yards, they're going to punt on 4th down. Again, the hard count here by Johnson. Johnson, he gets sacked. Again, the quarterbacks are not supposed to get hit in this scrimmage. And on that time, JoJo Mathis kind of rolled up on the quarterback, Johnson. It'll be a loss of 5 on the play. And Johnson came up right away. JoJo Mathis, came up right away. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Please don't penalize me, I didn't mean to.
And who was that getting pressure off the edge? Willie Mays, the 3rd. Once again, this guy's having a great game. He is causing a problem.
Got to be a punt, and it is going to be a punt. On 4th and 27, deep in your own territory, 70% went punt. What were the other 30% thinking right there? That's what I want to know. I mean, we're giving all the credit to the fans. Come on.
Yeah, that was an obvious call right there, man. 70% voting for punt. Get these guys, like my coach used to say, listen, he wants to die, but nobody wants to kill him. Look, the offense could not get anything going. Like, get them off the field, get them together on the sideline, let them talk it out.
So now the ball will be placed at the 42-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
B.J. Daniels in at quarterback now. B.J. Daniels was part of that Super Bowl 48 championship team with the 2013 Seahawks. Daniels scrambling, running away from pressure. Daniels on the run, throws and completes the pass to Evan Rodriguez, who gets a blocker. Rodriguez with a stiff arm up across the 30. And he's going to be marked down at the 28-yard line.
And this is the type of momentum that you need. The injection of momentum in your offense. Great play by B.J. Daniels. I used to watch B.J. Daniels when he played at Central Florida. He was a guy that was always giving his offense an opportunity to be behind. Also for the Seattle Seahawks, to be behind a Russell Wilson. He understands what it means to win. What he just did was create an opportunity for his offense to get some breath. We should see a big play right here.
That went for 30 yards to Evan Rodriguez. Daniels here on first down will keep it, and he gets a block as well. Down the sideline, there goes Daniels, and he is chased out of bounds.
Good block by Rodriguez right there off the edge. B.J. Daniels just came in here and started to say, you know what you want to do? Put the game on my back, Coach. I got the blue jersey on, but watch me make some plays. Their offense is starting to click on all cylinders, and B.J. Daniels is getting this thing going.
A 21-yard run by B.J. Daniels sets up first and goal from the 7. Daniels waiting for the play to come in, and this is one of the unique aspects of your call football is both teams are on the opposite sideline. So they're actually on the same sideline here. They practice together through training camp. Here on first and goal from the 7. It's the handoff to Redding. Redding to the end zone. Touchdown.
That was a good block by Fusamole. It was one of those great seals, great run by Redding. He had a great first quarter. They have established a great rhythm this series right here. They rode the hot hand. B.J. Daniels came in and established some momentum for their offense. If I was Coach Sherman, I would stick with this hot hand. This guy is giving his team an opportunity to win.
9-8 as Power now leads Grit, going for the 2-point conversion. Again, that's one of the rules here for your call football. Divine Redding ran it in from 7 yards, 3 plays, 58 yards for the touchdown drive here for Team Power. They had a play of 30 yards, a pass play to Rodriguez, a 21-yard run by B.J. Daniels, a 7-yard touchdown run. Now empty backfield here. Daniels rolling out to his right, looking to come back. Daniels, he's going to run for it, gets a block, makes a fake, and Daniels, does he get in? No, he doesn't. He got stopped just shy of the goal line, and you can see Daniels is celebrating again.
Was no good.
They can't hit him, so it's like a two-hand touch, and Daniels says, no way, I was in.
Hey, you notice quarterbacks get all cocky when they can't get hit too, right? Like, oh, I would have got in. Like, no, really. That was one of the things that as a defensive back you used to hate during scrimmages. When the quarterback would run for 30, 45 yards after he would have got sacked or after he would have got hit. And B.J. Daniels, he had a great series.
I will say this.
Yes.
On that one play, I think he would have gotten in.
Well, you know,
I mean, that was a one-hand touch right there as he's going to the goal line. I think he gets in.
You think so?
I think so. I think even if they could hit him, he gets in.
Okay. I'm glad you feel that way, but as a defensive back, I think the safety would have put a good hit on him.
B.J. Daniels is listed at 208 pounds, had some momentum with him right by the goal line. I'm going to give him credit. But the score is 9-8, Power leading. On first down, there is a flag. The handoff to Taylor up the middle, gets a big gain all the way up to the 46-yard line. A pickup of 19, however, let's wait to see what the flag
Defense,
is.
number 90. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
All right, so a 19-yard pickup. Let's go down to Jen Hale.
Thanks, Justin. Here with BJ Daniels. BJ, what do you think of the fans' decision to run that play?
It worked. Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
Now, fans may not know, but you just arrived. Trial by fire, not much time to settle in. What do you chalk the success up to?
Just God. I mean, he's blessed me with the ability and opportunities, and I'm just trying to make the most of it.
Well, best of luck. We look forward to watching. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Justin.
All right, thanks, Jen. BJ Daniels out for the CFL. First and 10 from the 46-yard line. Movement up front. Who moved first?
False start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Mike Miller gets called for that one.
And B.J. Daniels is a great story. He's one of the guys that, along with Meacham and Bernard Pierce, have actually won a Super Bowl. There's so much talent here. 84 guys were in an NFL training camp. 15 guys right here at Your Call Football was drafted by the NFL. There is primetime talent here at Your Call Football. This isn't some fly-by-night thing. These guys can play football at the highest level.
First down and 15 after the false start. Backs them up to the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. Pass down the sideline, and that is incomplete.
Dan, go.
Out of the reach of Michael Rector. Katie Humphries showing off his arm here.
So this is the second time they've taken Rector up the field against Wooten. Wooten, he had him by like a step. He had him by a step. And I wouldn't be surprised that after about 4 or 5 more plays, they take Wooten up the field against Rector up the field against Wooten again.
So now you're looking at second down and 15 from their own 49-yard line. Are you looking for just a couple of positive yards here as the fans go with the all slants option? Not what coach was looking for. Pass is complete to Hamilton, and Hamilton gets forced out of bounds by Khalid Wooten at the 45-yard line, picks up 6. So it'll be 3rd and 9 coming up.
Not what the coach wanted. Obviously, he wanted to put his team in a little bit better position. But now you have a lot different plays in your playbook. You got the double out. You got the halfback option. You got any type of isolation route in which you hope to get man-to-man coverage. And I think that's what coach is looking for. He's looking to get man-to-man coverage, looking to isolate maybe one of the corners or the slot in the middle, and give his team an opportunity, give his receivers an opportunity to get open.
It looked like there may have been a little problem with the communication right there to Katie Humphries, so he went back to get the play call, and the play call is in. 36% vote for the halfback option. That's exactly what Mike Sherman wanted. Again with a hard count, Humphries throwing it up, incomplete. Again, Carell Hamilton was the intended receiver. Guarded that time by Ethan Davis.
And that was good coverage right there. You can't get better coverage than that. But if you actually look at the halfback, the halfback was man-to-man, one-on-one with the linebacker, and that is what you want in that coverage. You want the halfback to be one-on-one with your linebacker, but he just didn't throw the ball. So I would check that actually on Katie Humphries not reading the right route.
Well, the fans want the all-go-with comebacks here on 4th and 9. Humphries gets out of the pressure. On the run, throws, completes the pass to Hamilton. What a throw, what a catch right there. Ethan Davis on the coverage, but that's enough for the first down as they pick up 16 yards.
Yeah, he's having a great game tonight. Hamilton is a guy that's caught some three big plays. He caught the 19-yard touchdown. Here's a look right here. He's going across, doesn't give up on the play. Humphries gets out, gets in the ball. You can see what you see right here between this quarterback and the receiver is what we call rapport. Obviously, it's not a big terminology, but we see chemistry. He trusts this receiver. He trusts this guy to get open in the most dangerous situations. 335 pounds coming right at you. Who am I going to go to? I'm gonna go to Hamilton.
Well, don't forget, it was Humphries to Hamilton for the touchdown, the lone touchdown so far for Team Grit. Coming up on 5:20 to go here in this third quarter. Going to be a handoff here to Levance Taylor. And Taylor will get back to the line of scrimmage. Delvin Simmons there with a tackle.
Listen, that play didn't get you a lot of points. It didn't get you a lot of yards. Probably didn't get you any points. But what it did was it gets the linebackers up. It lets the linebackers respect the run. And hopefully, if there's a play action this next play, if they actually commit to the play action, you might see some movement from the linebackers.
Second down and 10 after that run play went for nothing. And the fans have chosen the shallow cross, which is what Mike Sherman wants. So you have a chance to get extra points here. If you pick along with the coach, you're the majority. Humphries steps up. He does get rid of it in time to Levance Taylor, and Taylor lowers the head as he's able to cross the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Gets 5 yards on the play.
And Hamilton was open. He was looking for the ball. You can hear the defense call shallow cross, shallow cross. They were looking for it. They knew the formation. They knew the play was coming. But they did a great job of checking the ball down and getting what they could out of that play.
So now 3rd and 5 coming up. Now they're trailing 9-8. 3rd and 5 at the 24-yard line. Is this, if you don't get the first down, you kick the field goal to take the lead?
No, this is a little out of the field goal range, I think, right now. I think this is 2-down territory. You're in a position right now where you don't care if they have to start after the 4th down right here. You have such an upside with getting this first down.
Low throw, it's caught by Hamilton. Hamilton makes a couple of moves and gets the first down. So there's that rapport between Katie Humphries and Carell Hamilton, a 12-yard pickup.
You see he's dancing, he's feeling himself right now. Great catch, even a bad throw by your quarterback. When you have a receiver that can take your quarterback out of that position, by the way, he can catch the ball and then make some DBs miss. This guy is feeling all of himself right now. Get Hamilton the ball because he is going to make a play. Feed the young man. Feed him.
We heard from Carell Hamilton. Excuse me, from Carell Hamilton. After his touchdown, he said, my boy KD got it to me. They have that rapport, and he's made some big-time plays here, even on this drive.
On this drive, Hamilton has got 3 catches for 34 yards. He's a guy that's hungry. And now they're going right to him. Back shoulder.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
You said stay with a hot hand. Carell Hamilton, second touchdown of the game.
He was one-on-one with Ethan Davis. He is a guy, once you see a receiver dancing out there 3 for 34 in a series, you have to be able to feed him. He's not a guy that takes things lightly. Carell Hamilton is having an all-star game. He looks like, Justin, if I'm mistaken, a star in the making.
Well, he's definitely come up big so far, Hamilton. He's got 7 catches on the night, including a couple of touchdowns. And now the 2-point conversion coming up here for Team Grit, now leading 14-9. Khalid Abdul in the backfield. Humphries in the shotgun. You've got Hamilton lined up in the slot. Humphries rolling to his right, and now he just throws this one away as the pressure was coming. So both teams now
Two-point
have scored a
conversion.
touchdown, but they failed to convert the two-point conversion. It's a 14-9 game with 2:23 to go here in this third quarter.
That was a great drive by the Grit. Did a great job of creating some opportunities. The quarterback did a great job. Katie Humphries did a great job of creating some opportunities. Obviously, Hamilton got his quarterback out of some bad spots with his catches. And anytime that you can establish that type of offensive momentum, take that much time off of the clock and get B.J. Daniels off the field, a guy that was hot the series before, you've done a twofold. You've created a great feeling on the sideline, and you've taken away any momentum, and you've made B.J. Daniels a little colder than he should be. You got to warm those legs up again if he's going to be successful this series.
Well, B.J. Daniels is back in at quarterback. He's got Divine Redding in the backfield with him, and Kendall Lawrence lined up in the slot. Daniels drops back, throws towards the far sideline, incomplete. That pass intended for Ryan Timmons, and let's check in with Jen Hale.
Thanks, Justin. Carell, my goodness, you've got the hot hands tonight. What's working so well for you out there this evening?
Nothing. I mean, it's just the offense, man. We're just executing plays. We're running them to perfection right now. You know, we're just working. Team Grit's just trying to get this win over Team Power, and we're just playing with a competitive nature.
How did you develop such chemistry so fast? Not much time to work together.
Actually, me and Katie Humphries, we trained together when we was preparing for the combine and all that, so we had some chemistry coming in already. So, you know, working with him a little bit and just, you know, intermingling with some of the guys here and all that, it's just been great. You know, we have a great group of guys, really fun, great competitors and all that, and they've made me better every day, and I hope I made them better every day.
Certainly proving itself on the field. Thank you, Carell.
Thank you so much.
Justin.
Thank you, Jen. That pass is incomplete over the middle. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Right there, you had Kendall Lawrence open on the crosser. I think B.J. Daniels is trying to make something happen. He is trying to establish something for his offense. I think he's the guy to do it, but you got to take what the defense gives you.
With 3rd and 10 coming up and 2:11 to go here in this third quarter. You heard Carell Hamilton talking about trying to get this win here for Team Grit. Again, this is an exhibition game. Next week starts the real thing. May 3rd, 8:30 p.m. That's when you can win some money, and you got those bragging rights at stake. Daniels taking the shot over the middle, and it's dropped by Kendall Lawrence. That was right there for Lawrence, and it looked like he just took his eye off the ball for that split second to cause the drop.
He did, and he understands exactly how big that would have been for his team. He had a step on the cornerback, and he knows. You see that look right now. He just dropped a huge opportunity for not only his quarterback, for his entire team and the fans.
Big choice for the fans here.
So with the ball on the 35-yard line, 4th and 10, again, I would choose a punt, and that's what is going to happen.
Fans have elected to punt.
I just won some points. Ha-ha.
Ball moved 40 yards down the field.
So you move the ball 40 yards, and that's where Team Grit will take over. We heard Merrill Hodge say before, the fans are doing a good job calling the plays. We're not doing a good job executing. That right there was an example of it, because Kendall Lawrence, it was a strike thrown by B.J. Daniels, no pun intended, being here in Dodgertown, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, he did. Now we see on offense, we got Gerard Johnson back at quarterback. Is this going to, do you think this is going to affect the momentum that they had on offense? They had the hot hand with Katie Humphries and Carell Hamilton. Now they're going with Gerard Johnson. Hopefully they can continue to create something for their offense. But let's see how fast it takes Johnson to get established back in this offense.
The fans want a shallow cross. Coach Sherman wanted a run. Did you go against the grain? Did you pick with Coach? Pass across the middle is complete to KJ May, who picks up 4 yards. So if you're with the majority there, you just got some points.
Gerard Johnson pass complete to number 83, KJ May. Brings up 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, good play. You got your quarterback comfortable. You have a manageable situation. That's almost as good as a run, Justin. It's almost as good as a run.
Well, when you don't run it, you got to have something as good as a run. The fans want the read option right now. They want to run it. They want to prove me wrong. Say, there you go, Kutcher. It is kept. And where is he marked down? It looks like he'll pick up maybe Willie Mays, the one who touched him, 2 yards. Hey, you get points, though.
You do. But I don't know how I feel about a quarterback that can't get tackled.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Read option. You got to be able to hand that off and give your guys an opportunity to
Well, maybe that's what he was thinking. He's like, you know what? I can't get hit, so I'm going to run it.
Exactly. That's what we call stingy.
But
That's
the problem
extremely
then is that it's only a one-hand touch and you're marked down.
Yeah.
See, who's the cerebral one now? Under 30 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 49% chose the slants. Pump. They come back to May, and May goes across the 45, and he's got himself the first down. Tackled by Khalid Wooten, a 15-yard pickup, and that is going to probably be the last play of this third quarter.
Justin, that was a great veteran play by the quarterback. Looked off the entire defense, front side, and then went backside to May.
That's the end of the third quarter.
Way to step up in the pocket and get the fans some points and get your offense some momentum.
Your Call Football's live stream is delivered to you just as it is happening here at our football stadium at historic Dodgertown through the technology of our streaming partner, Phoenix. When you need live stream in real, and I do mean real time, only Phoenix has the ability to deliver. 3 quarters over here in this exhibition game, and Carell Hamilton is having himself a ball game. Connecting with Katie Humphreys, they have paired up to be a good combination for Team Grit.
Yeah, so Katie Humphreys and Carell Hamilton has been, in this last drive, somebody, the secret sauce. You see the 7 route right now, back shoulder fade. He keeps his eyes on the defensive back, which freezes him for a moment. And anytime as a defensive back that you look at the eyes for in a receiver, you are in the wrong position. Carell Hamilton has made some veteran plays and got his quarterback in out of bad positions, but also put his team into on the scoring board many times. So he's having a great game. You see him smiling. He's a guy that's having fun right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coach takes him out and tells him, "Hey man, ice up and get ready for next week."
Well, he had 4 catches on that last touchdown drive, including the touchdown. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 46. On 1st down, a low pass caught by KJ May. And let's see where they mark him down. May will be marked down at the 47, a pickup of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 coming up.
We talk about Gerard Johnson. I'm really impressed by his ball placement. Sometimes it might seem low. Sometimes it may seem as if it's not exactly where it should be. But he is putting the ball away from the defensive backs. And the receivers, they got to go get it. But one thing he's not doing is putting the position where the corners or where the defensive backs are going to get the football.
Shallow cross is the play call by the fans at home.
Cover 3. I think this is a great play call.
Johnson pumps. Johnson just tries to shovel it. And that will go as an incomplete pass, and that's dangerous. Michael Rose-Ivy there applying the pressure. I don't know about you, but that would scare me if I saw my quarterback trying to shovel a pass like that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he almost got it intercepted. And the truth is that crosser route. You had KJ May on the front side, wide open. You got to know that first option. I know he was trying to get his guys on the board. He was trying to look downfield, trying to make something happen today doing this drive. But just take what the defense gives you.
Well, now you're facing 3rd and 3 at the 47 of Power, so you can no longer punt. And this has got to be 2-down territory.
Double stick slants, slot, first down.
Fumble on the snap, and recovering it is Johnson. Backs him up to the 49 of their own. It's a loss of 4 on the play.
Levance Taylor he had the old man clap because he knew he was wide open. The safety did not cover down, didn't come on. He was wide open for the first down, but a bad snap. It was a great call by the fans, but just couldn't execute. Wide open Levance Taylor couldn't connect.
They could choose to punt right now because they're on their own 49-yard line, but 4th down and 7, I don't think the fans are even thinking about that.
Not at all.
It was not even an option.
Double stutter goal. It's going to take a little time, fans, but we'll see if they get the protection to keep the quarterback up.
Johnson throws over the middle. It's dropped by KJ May. Pressure was being applied. It looked like Delvin Simmons thought he had the quarterback and said, I should have had a sack.
So this is what you have to understand as fans. When you have 4th down situations, the defense is going to pin their ears back and come straight for you. You cannot call a play that's going to take 6-7 seconds to develop. You need something quick. You need something that's going to be straight out. The comebacks would have been a great play call on that last play.
Well, Your Call Football has made it easy to follow along with the game as you call the plays, in addition to watching live stream directly in the Your Call Football app. You can stream the game at yourcallfootball.com or the Your Call Football YouTube channel. So for the first time, we have Jabari Greer getting on the fans for making the wrong play call. On 1st down, it's B.J. Daniels swinging it outside to Gavin Lutman. C.J. Roberts there on the tackle, a 3-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7 coming up.
B.J. Daniels pass complete to Gavin Lutman.
2nd down and 7. 2 run plays are put out there by Merrill Hodge. Do the fans choose one of the two, or do they go with a pass play? I think Merrill's trying to tell you something.
See, it's time to run this football. Let's get our guys involved. We want to be able to create some movement by those linebackers.
Divine Redding.
And the fans run the inside gap strong.
Here is Redding, patient. Redding avoids one tackle, cannot avoid the other tackle as he gets hit by Jaquez Bryant. A loss, actually just gets back to the line of scrimmage. No loss on the play, so it's 3rd and 7.
No gain, brings up 3rd down.
By the way, Jaquez spells his name J-A-C-Q-E-S, but it is Jaquez Bryant. Third and 7 here after starting with great field position. You wonder if Team Power can take advantage with 8:34 to go.
Dancer acute. Trips right, black base, dancer acute.
3rd and 7, you need some type of intermediate route right here, Justin. Something when, especially with the receiver, with the cornerbacks playing their press man-to-man, the 3x1 acutes with the outside comebacks might be incredible.
B.J. Daniels, incomplete. Dravius Wright knocks it away. Excuse me, actually that's Leroy Alexander who knocks it away. Intended for Chuck Jacobs.
Daniels pass broken up by number 39, Leroy Alexander.
Great play. He was man-to-man on the slot. This quarterback, B.J. Daniels, he wanted to get a little. He was a little hungry. He wanted to fill his plate too early. When you're in that situation, you have to throw the high percentage ball. You had the comebacks on the outside that looked like they were open. But hey, sometimes you got to be hungry. Sometimes you got to eat.
Merrill Hodge looking at the pad saying, what do the fans choose? What they choose? What they choose? They didn't choose my call. Uh-oh, okay. Let's see what happens. 4th and 7. That pass is complete to Evan Rodriguez.
Great
so
ball.
again, the fans will please Merrill Hodge as that one goes for 20 yards.
That was a great adjustment. The fans understood that they were playing man-to-man technique on the inside slot. They almost had an opportunity, but they just completed that one. It was a great job by Rodriguez. He's had a big game. He was one-on-one by J.K.S. Bryant. I think that was a great call. Rodriguez has been a reliable tight end option in that formation. Keep on going to the guy if he's in there.
Rodriguez played his college ball at Temple from North Bergen High School in New Jersey. 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Daniels again steps up towards the near sideline, completes the pass to Jordan Vaden. And that'll go for 13 yards. Kenya Dennis on the coverage.
Brings it down to the 19-yard line.
That was a great play. The corners played a bail technique, which gave automatic cushion to any route under 7-8 yards. So when you pick a comeback route as a fan, when you pick a comeback, a crosser, and you see those corners back up before the ball is snapped, you know you might have something in your play. You're getting some points.
That play went for 7 yards, so it'll be 2nd down and 3 from the 19-yard line. Empty backfield here. Daniels, that will be a sack. Sacked by number 75, Toby Jackson. It'll be a loss of 6 on the play. Set up 3rd down and 9.
And no matter what play you call, you can't beat bad protection. So the offensive linemen have to be able to protect your mobile quarterback. Even though B.J. Daniels gives them a little extra time with his mobility, you got to be able to hold up and give your quarterback just a few more seconds to make that throw.
And what you're looking at right now is a 3rd and 9, under 6 to go. You do have 2 timeouts remaining. You kick a field goal, and you're still down by 2. So is this 2-down territory?
This is 2-down territory right now. I mean, by the way their defense is playing, though, you could kick a field goal and then expect to stop them. So it's just really fans' choice.
Daniels on the slant completes the pass to Lutman, and Lutman will have the 1st down.
That was a great call. Sometimes people don't understand the strength of quick game. They think that because it's a 4 or 5 yard catch, usually when the cornerbacks are playing 6, 7, 8 yards off, they're not going to tackle the receiver until they've already crossed that 10-yard marker. Sometimes quick games can be your best friend on 3rd and long situations.
So that play went for 12 yards. Sets up 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. The fans agree with Merrill Hodge on this play. Daniels finds Divine Redding. Redding slips 1 tackle. Divine Redding making some shifty moves. He'll be marked down. It should be at about the 10-yard line.
That's a way for Divine Redding to make something out of nothing. He had what we call them skirts. He got to one side, that skirt, and moving around the other side. So look at Divine Redding. He could have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but he had someone to call. He hit those brakes and hit it across the edge. Divine Redding is a guy who can play football. We see that this guy is active. Dreads everywhere. Like, he is a guy that if you give him the ball, he's shown he could be electric.
It was a 3-yard pickup, 2nd down and 7. Daniels to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Chuck Jacobs. On the coverage was Leroy Alexander.
He just let him a little too much. Chuck Jacobs had a small step on Alexander, but B.J. Daniels had to put the ball in a little better position.
3rd and 7 coming up here from the 10-yard line. They can get a 1st down at the 3. This is just an exhibition game, but you can see Merrill Hodge wants to win it. 10th play of the drive coming up.
Shallow crossers. This has been effective right now. We see Chuck Jacobs in the slot.
Daniels
Are they in zone?
pressured. Daniels buys himself some time, throws and completes the pass to Jacobs. And let's see where they mark him down. That's very close to the first down marker, and it will be a first down. So first and goal coming up here for Team Power.
They were in zone right now. Chuck Jacobs had a free release. The backside linebacker did not widen with Chuck Jacobs. If he would have led him a little bit more, Chuck Jacobs would have had some room to move. But he was wide open. They were in a cover 3. That backside linebacker has to be able to acknowledge anything coming across. He dropped them in coverage. Chuck Jacobs had a free zone right there. He threw it a little bit too late. He might have walked in for the touchdown.
Well, now it's first and goal from the 3 instead, coming up on 3 minutes to go. Jacobs goes in motion. It's the handoff to Redding. Redding trying to push forward. And they're going to say he lost a yard on the play. A.J. Patai-Ali'i with the tackle, a loss of 1 on the play. So it's second and goal now from the 4. Two timeouts remaining here for Team Power. 1 timeout remaining for Team Grit.
I gotta say, Justin, I'm not liking these bundles that Merrill's putting out. No, man, you gotta at least have something towards the end zone a little quick.
So you're gonna ask that question in the press conference afterwards, huh?
Yeah, I think I will. Coach, you gotta do some better bundles than that, man.
Daniels throwing to the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Jordan Reed. Good coverage as well by C.J. Roberts.
That was a great way by Daniels to give his offensive line a little more time. You know, as a defensive back, I will never say that the defensive back got there a little early, but I can infer that C.J. Roberts, he might have got away with one. He might have got away with one.
Hey, if they don't call it,
if they don't
it's
call
great
it,
coverage.
it didn't happen.
Third and goal from the 4. Again, this is obvious 2-down territory, trailing by 5 with under 2 to go.
Goal line empty pass. Watch Chuck Jacobs in the slot.
Daniels, again, buying some time. Daniels throwing, and that pass is caught for a touchdown. Touchdown to Chuck Jacobs.
Let's go.
Great play by Chuck Jacobs.
Let's take a look at the replay to see if he did have control to get in.
That was a great job by B.J. Daniels being patient. He was pressured by Jamar Ford. Chuck Jacobs was supposed to get on the outside of the run of the secondary. Let's see. He looks like he got both foot into me, Justin.
Yeah, had control. Leroy Alexander all over him. One more look. This will be the definitive shot right here. I think that's a no catch. I would say no.
Yeah, it looks like he was bobbling just a little bit. That was a great angle by the camera crew. Didn't look like he had both hands on the ball. Kind of looked like he had it between the back of one hand and the palm of the other.
If it stands, it's a 1-point lead right now for Power. And they are going to say that it stands. So now you go for 2 here. Jacobs in motion. They fake the handoff to him, come back the other way. The pass is caught by Rodriguez, but he gets laid out by Jimmy Hall. By Pierre G. Tucker.
That was a great play by Pierre G. Tucker. We're up 50 yards from the play, and we felt that up here in the press box.
You know what? If this were the NFL, if this were college, that could be targeting right there. Watch where the head hits. Was that crown of the helmet?
No, I don't. I don't think so. Listen, that was a great play. Obviously, we want to be able to keep these players healthy. We want to be able to keep these players playing the game that they love to play. I think that with his intention, with what we saw, he was a guy that's coming in low, hit him on the shoulder, maybe came up a little bit.
First and 10.
But, you know, with the weight, if you want to err on the side of caution, you could.
1:45 on the clock.
Well, whatever it is, it's a stop on the 2-point conversion, so it's a 1-point game with 1:45 to go. 1 timeout remaining here for Team Grit. Again, this is an exhibition game. The real games start next Thursday. Katie Humphreys in at quarterback.
We see Carell Hamilton in the slot.
On first down, Humphreys is pressured. They get him for the sack. It's Willie Mays again. It'll be a loss of 5 on the play and a timeout taken here.
So we see that the defense is taking precautions to get Kirill Hamilton locked up. They had a double team between the nickelback and the safety. So if you're picking plays, understand that the defense will not let Kirill Hamilton beat them. So you have to be able to.
Please reset the game clock to 1:32. 1:32 on the game clock.
The defense understands that Carell Hamilton is a threat. You got to be able to spread it out and get the balls to somebody else that they might not be targeting at.
Yeah, but let me ask you this question. The defense knows that, but with the fans, are they calling plays to get him the ball, or you have to run the play that the fans want?
Yeah, you got to run the play that the fans want, but what I'm saying to the fans is that understanding those slot sevens, those plays in which Kirill Hamilton are going to be targeted. He's playing the slot. A lot of those slot sevens, a lot of those slot deep balls are going to go to Kirill Hamilton. They're going to they're double teaming Kirill Hamilton. We understand that. Go away from those slot sevens. Use your outside receivers, the comebacks, the slants. Get them involved.
Humphreys now on 2nd and 15. Swings it out wide to Robert Meacham. And Meacham brings the ball up to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 5.
Humphrey pass complete to Robert Meacham.
That was Meacham's first catch. I think that's going to do, I'll do wonders to his confidence. He got to get back in the game. Got to be able to contribute to this offense if this team wants to be successful.
10 from the 35.
3rd and 10 here. Obvious 2-down territory right now for Team Grit. Trailing by 1.
Double set to go. Watch Robert Meacham on top.
Humphreys. Dancing around, takes the shot down the field, and that ball is incomplete for Meacham. Defended well by C.J. Moore.
Great play by C.J. Moore. He wasn't going to let Meacham get behind him. Off coverage, didn't bite the stutter. Robert Meacham has to be able to go up a little higher and get that ball. Maybe if he was 31, or maybe if he was 29-year-old Robert Meacham. But that was a great call. That was a great coverage by C.J. Moore.
So now 4th and 10 coming up here for Team Grit. No timeouts remaining. You know, I was thinking, do you try to not get all 10 yards in one play right there? Because you know you're in 2-down territory.
Yeah, so this being 4th down.
Now you got to go.
You got to go. You got to get it.
Humphreys, good protection. Humphreys comes back near side, short, incomplete for Daniel Williams, and that will do it. Power can now run out the clock here.
Did a great job of extending the play, did everything that he wanted to do to make sure that he gave his offense an opportunity, the receivers an opportunity to come back. But the receivers have to be able to see his quarterback distress. They can't keep on going down the field. Come back to the football. Give your quarterback a clear window to throw the football out. Those are the things that professionals learn. Professional receivers understand. The quarterback's in duress. Come back. You got to help him.
I want to see if on this bundle there's take a knee. First and 10 from the 35-yard line. Nope. No taking a knee option here. I would just try to say, I tried running the play, but decided to slide down instead.
Oh, no, the fans there are opportunistic. Throw that ball deep. Throw the ball deep. Why not? Your call football.
On the way.
Oh, okay. Playing a little conservatively. I like it. No, inside gap strong. Yes, sir. Playing a little conservative.
Divine Redding in the backfield. It is the handoff to Redding. And Redding a good run here.
A lot of them, too.
Picks up 9 yards. Under a minute to go. Again, Team Grit cannot stop the clock. They're out of timeouts. Merrill Hodge, he gave the fans 2 pass options and 1 run option. And you know he's thinking, take the run option, take the run option. They really don't have to run a play. There's 33 seconds on the play clock, about a 1 second difference, play clock to game clock. Let's see if the fans agree. Yep, hey, all right, the fans are in it. They say run it, although 63% said it. So again, what's going on with the other 37%?
They're trying to get those against grain points. That's what they want.
And guess what? They may not even snap it. They will not. They'll let the clock run out, and that's what happens. So Power wins the exhibition game, 15-14. Merrill Hodge gets the win over Mike Sherman. But again, it's only an exhibition game. The real games start next Thursday.
Congratulations to Team Power and Coach Hodge.
A come from behind victory for Team Power. BJ Daniels, he was key in that second half for Team Power. And let's go down to Jen Hale, who's joined by the winning coach, Merrill Hodge.
Thanks so much, Justin. Congratulations, your inaugural run, and it is a victory. Talk about these halftime adjustments and what changed second half for your team.
Well, obviously, it shows you winning matters. You know, really, I mean, the changes that we made, we did some different bundles to help the fans call some different plays. And, you know, BJ makes a difference to his legs, you know, and the throw he made down there, I mean, that's just, I would like to say I'd have it on this call sheet, but I don't have it on my call sheet. So I think the play the fans called and how it ended up happening is all on BJ there.
And walk me through how that connection worked between BJ and Chuck Jacobs.
We're still trying to figure that out. We're going to go watch the tape after that, but it was supposed to, obviously that's where he's special, is he extends plays, and when that happens, that puts the defense in a bad situation, and he's made a ridiculous throw. It was incredible.
You get some time now to go back and review, tweak your game plan for next week. Do you know yet what adjustments we might can expect to see next week when we do this for real?
Yeah, it's actually just the little things. I mean, we need to make better throws. We had a lot of drops, and defense, we jumped off sides a couple of times. We put in some bad spots. Overall, defense played great, but the things that we did wrong, we can correct, and so we'll work on correcting them this week.
And how about on defense? You seem to have some more success once you started shutting down Hamilton.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. We started doing a better job off the edge. We started getting pressure on the quarterback, and that makes all the difference, you know, and they don't have time to throw. They're just – most quarterbacks are not the same.
Best of luck, Coach, and enjoy this one. Congrats.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Justin.
Jen, thank you very much. Congratulations to Merrill Hodge and his team as they win this one by the score of 15-14, but this was just an exhibition game. Justin Kutcher alongside Jabari Greer. And Jabari, this being the exhibition game, you work out some kinks, right? The teams work out some kinks. Everybody works out some kinks. It all starts for real next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. What do you take away from what you saw on the field as far as the quality of play, the fans calling the plays, all that kind of stuff?
Well, I think we saw a lot of pre-snap penalties first with some of the false starts and even post-snap penalties with some of the holding during some of the quarterback escaping. So I think that the fans get a great opportunity to get engaged in the game. They called some great plays, especially when B.J. Daniels took the reign. To be able to have B.J. Daniels escape and get that ball to Chuck Jacobs. They saw an opportunity for a quarterback to get comfortable and throw down the field. I think that shows the fans' engagement, their acknowledgement of what actually works for the team. So I was impressed. And also seeing how the defense adjusted when Kirill Hamilton was just eating them up.
Right.
It was a great opportunity for the fans to go elsewhere and really establish some other guys around the edge.
All right, you mentioned B.J. Daniels. He was a difference maker when he came in as the quarterback. The first one came in the third quarter. This was the touchdown run by Divine Redding after he scrambled for a big play. He had a pass for a big play. And then this is the touchdown play that you were talking about, that Merrill Hodge was talking about. He extends the play and able to find him in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, B.J. Daniels, when he came in, he was automatically a difference maker. We talked about how Bennett in the first half couldn't get comfortable, couldn't set his feet, and it seemed as if when B.J. Daniels came in, that all disappeared. He was a guy that even though he didn't set his feet, he got around the edge and created electricity from the very, very first time. So B.J. Daniels, a different dynamic of quarterback, and had the immediate impact not only for his offensive line, giving them time, but also for the receivers.
All right, so we heard from Merrill Hodge. Let's go down to Jen, who's joined now by Mike Sherman.
Thanks, Justin. Coach, you led for most of this game. Where did this one end up getting away?
Well, I thought the fans did a great job. I thought they picked some really, really good plays, got us the lead, and we just didn't complete enough passes. Our side of the ball was a little bit pass happy, and we would have liked to run the ball a little bit more, but the fans make the choice, and we had too many incompletions in the fourth quarter. A couple plays we let get away from us that might have turned the tide for us. But it was a great game, 15-14. Both teams came out ready to play like a game instead of a scrimmage, and I was real proud of the fact that they played like it was a game.
It was a lot of fun to watch. That Hamilton-Humphreys connection seems like you might have something you can really build on there.
Yeah, they certainly seem to connect, and Hamilton's been hurt a little bit in camp, and he's finally been able to get out here and do some things, and it was nice to see Humphreys do what he did when he was out there.
Coach Sherman, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you next week.
All right, sounds great. Look forward to it.
Justin.
Thanks again, Jen. Final score, 15-14. Power defeats Grit. Be sure to tune in to our next game live on Thursday, May 3rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the final scoreboard. No prizes tonight, but J.C. Giraldi, who had the lead at the half,
kept it going.
Won the first half, won the second half, won the
kept
overall.
It going. Finished strong.
Impressive performance. Next week, it is next Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That's Thursday, May 3rd. Don't forget that cash prizes of almost $60,000 are on the line over the course of the weekly 3-game series. Be sure to follow Your Call Football on social media, on Facebook at Your Call Football, on Instagram at Your Call Football, and on Twitter at Your Call FB for up-to-date information and prize money leaderboards. See you again next week from historic Dodgertown for more Your Call Football.
The fourth quarter one was Chuck Jacobs, and I'm sorry, I did not write down who the third quarter one was.
Who did BJ throw that to?
No.
Oh, no, it wasn't a running touchdown, wasn't it?
Oh, was it a running touchdown? Is that why I can't remember? Did he run it in? Okay.
I think Redding scored. Yeah. I'm
Redding,
pretty sure,
okay.
Yeah. If it's yeah, okay. It was. I was like,
Yeah,
it's
Redding.
Yeah. And I know it's him because he's on only back.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, thankfully, it's a good one.
I just walk in.
Here we go. Hi, everybody. Here with Coach Merrill Hodge, the winning coach in this inaugural scrimmage for Your Call Football. Coach, your team really turned it on in the second half. What changed for y'all?
Well, we started catching the ball. You know, our quarterback, BJ, came in, and, you know, he made some great plays. He made a difference. And actually, our offensive line did a good job. We started running the football. The fans started calling some runs, and Redding did a good job, made some people miss. So, you know, you'd like to say it's a lot of coaching, and, man, it's got nothing to do with it sometimes.
I think you cut yourself a little bit short. It was an extremely pass-heavy game. Not surprising if the fans are calling the game. You would have liked to see a little more run?
Yeah, you know, it's hard. You know, you try to guide the fans to a certain play. And actually, this is what will help us going through this game, the bundling of plays. You know, we could probably have some more runs because the fans were actually pretty good. You know, they dialed in some good plays, and actually we let them down. You know, we dropped some balls, and then our quarterbacks missed them.
All right, let's go to the highlight package. That first touchdown for you came in the third quarter. Walk me through what we're watching here.
Well, this is where I think that we played better. You know, in the second half, offensive line, they got running lanes. We'd called this play 2 or 3 times, and we got nothing. In fact, I think we lost yards. And Redding I thought he was awesome today. You know, I was just talking to him on the way to the locker room, and he was like, "We should call the ball more." And I go, "You know, I don't control that, do you?" You know, but he really played well, ran hard on our offensive line. They really rallied.
And then to win the game, to put the game on ice in the fourth quarter, your quarterback, B.J. Daniels, once again connected, this time with Chuck Jacobs.
I mean, this is just absolutely – I mean, that's as professional as it gets right there on both ends, wide receiver and quarterback. That's spectacular football right there. I mean, again, I'd like to say we worked on that. I tried to talk to him about that, and that's got nothing to do with it. That's just 2 good athletes making some plays, you know, when the play broke down.
Team effort, everyone doing a great job. Overall, your evaluation of coaching a game where the fans are calling the play.
I actually enjoyed it. You know, I mean, it's fun and it's intriguing. You know, the fans, they go with you on some things and they go away. But something was interesting is the first time that we gave them a chance to punt, they chose not to. The next time we had a chance to punt, they went with us and we punted. So they kind of learned their lesson that sometimes it's not very good to go for it.
Learning process for all of us. And there are 3 more chances is the great thing. The next 3 Thursdays at 8:30 Eastern, you can log on and play. Coach Merrill Hodge will be there. Thanks so much for your time tonight.
Thank you guys, and thank the fans.
Absolutely. We appreciate your participation, and we see you right back here next week. Awesome.